Greeting, booktubers, and all those that are visiting. I'm Michael Romeo. I talk about books. And today, we're talking about how books can be like belly rubs. Stand by. Belly rubs. Any canine companion will tell you that belly rubs are a magical thing. Belly rubs bring peace of mind. They bring comfort. They bring ease. Belly rubs relax. They're enjoyable. Belly rubs are great. And I guess she's had enough. But the question is, how do belly rubs and books go together? We live in an insane world right now. We do. Between pandemics and gun violence and just the stupidity that goes on a daily basis. Every now and then you just gotta escape. And one way to escape is into another world. Another world where people like each other. A world where people help each other. A world where people care about each other. A world where you can have peace of mind. I'm not saying bad things never happen, but bad things are overcomable. And how do you find this place? I'm going to introduce to you tonight 3 series of books that take you to places like that. That take you to a place where you can escape and be with nice people, doing nice things in a nice place. Doesn't say that conflict never happens, because of course you need conflict to move a plot along, otherwise it's very boring. But the conflict is everyday kind of conflict. It's the kind of stuff you encounter in daily life. Or maybe not daily life, but in life you will encounter conflict. I know I do in my life. Now, it's not a serial killer on the loose in town. It's not somebody mowing down people in a crowd with the assault level weapon. It's not that kind of conflict. But you do have conflict in life. You know, an illness that's unexpected and has to be dealt with is conflict. And in these places, people face this kind of conflict and they have people to help them. And it's just overall a nice place to escape to let the mind relax and forget about how scary it is to walk out your door sometimes. So, the 3 series I'm going to present to you are 3 series that I've read, at least most of, in 2 cases. I thought I read them all, but while I wasn't looking, they went ahead and published some more. So now I got more reading to do. But they are nice places with nice people, continuing storylines. So if you want, you can go one book to the next book to the next book to the next book, and it's like reading one long book, because it's the same people, the same story, different day. There's a new SSDD, same story, different day. That's a little change on SSDD. Okay, the first one is a wonderful series by Karon called The Mitford Years. It's about 14 books. I thought it was about 11 books. But like I said, she kept on writing while I wasn't looking. I've got a few more to read now. Mitford is based on a small town in North Carolina called Blowing Rock, which I've been to. It's a sweet little town. And in Mitford, we have Father Tim. He is the priest of the Episcopalian Church, and he's dealing with his flock just on an everyday level. He himself is dealing with diabetes, and he has a southern sweet tooth to match none. So that's the kind of conflict that you'll see, okay? He's dealing with an orphan. He's dealing with the fact that he's falling in love with the neighbor next door. All of this is just stuff that happens in these books as his life goes along. And the people are quirky, they're fun, they're very believable, they're very real people, and they're all there to help each other out. Well, there's a couple of meanies here and there, but they don't rule, they don't outshine the good. I want to so be careful not to make these books sound sappy, because they're not sappy. They are a wonderful place to escape to when the world out there gets to be a little much. And when I found the Mitford series, I went right through it, book after book after book. I didn't have anything else in between. It was just such a nice place to be, with nice people. So I strongly suggest you spend some time with Father Tim and his congregation. There is one book that is a spin-off book. It's a standalone novel. It can be read either as a standalone or part of the series. I read it as part of the series because it was just the next book. It's one of my 120 favorite books of all time that I'm working on. I've already done one video of that so far. And it's a book called Home to Holly Springs. And it's when Father Tim returns to Holly Springs, Mississippi, where he grew up, to confront his personal demons that have followed him all his life. And it's a very powerful book. It's a tearjerker, and some of Jan Karon's best writing. The whole series is good. There's not a bad book in the series, in the Mitford series. Not a bad one in it. And again, just a nice place to escape to. Another nice place to escape to is the Irish countryside, with Patrick Taylor's creations, an Irish country series. Starts out with an Irish country doctor, and then there's other ones, an Irish country wedding, an Irish country Yuletide, an Irish country love affair, an Irish country, you name it. I thought this series was only about 5 books long, and I thought I read them all. Come to find out, he's been a writing demon while I've not been looking, and there is a whole bunch more out there, and I am waiting to dive into them. I'm probably not going to make it this year because I've got so many other things I want to read this year, but 2023, I'll be joining Patrick Taylor in his Irish countryside. It's very similar to Mitford in that, again, it's nice people, nice places, people doing good things for each other, people having normal confrontation, normal conflict in their lives, and it's set in the Irish countryside. I mean, what more do you need? The Irish countryside with all its green landscape, and it's humorous, it's endearing, and it's just a lot of fun. The Irish country doctor is a young man who shows up in the first book to work with another doctor who has been in this Irish country town for a long time and is getting ready to retire. And he's a curmudgeon of the greatest sort. He is the king of the curmudgeons. And this young guy has to deal with his crustiness and with the other quirky characters that come along. So the Irish Country series is definitely another place you can go to just escape the craziness of real life. And finally, the third one is a classic. It's a classic series that started in the 70s, went into the 80s, and that is James Herriott's Yorkshire Vet Series. His All Creatures Great and Small, All Things Bright and Beautiful, The Lord God Made Them All, Every Living Thing. Not to mention the anthologies that have come out, where it's just his dog stories, or it's just his cat stories, but it's the life of a country vet in Yorkshire, England, in the time between, well, it starts between World War I and World War II and goes through World War II. The whole third book is him being away at war and thinking about his practice and how he wants so much to be home and being a country vet again, because being a soldier is not what he was cut out for. Another collection of wonderful people, wonderful situations, humor, escapism. This is all about escapism. And yeah, it may be a little bit of a fantasy world right now, because the world just really isn't like that sometimes. But boy, it's a nice place to get away to. And any one of these three series will be like belly rubs to a puppy. It'll just relax you, it'll just ease you, it'll just give you some peace of mind, give you a little bit of hope, a little bit of ray of sunshine. So that is how belly rubs and books go together. Books can be like belly rubs to a dog. Can be to you like belly rubs to a dog. And these three series are all indicative of authors who managed to create fictional worlds that are delightful to be in. I know James Herriott is supposed to be memoirs, but it was somewhat fictionalized, as we know now. His real name's not James Herriott to begin with. And he did embellish a bit as he wrote, but still, they're wonderful stories. And Patrick Taylor with his Irish country doctor and all the stuff that happens in this Irish country town is a delight. And Karon with her Mitford people just creates a place you want to go and live in, or at least vacation in for a little while. So that's it. That's how you can have the same feeling that dogs have when they get belly rubs. It's by going to these places, living with these people, enjoying these books. In the comments down below, let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know what you think of them. Let me know if you're interested in them. Let me know if you think I am off a rail, because I could well be. And as usual, I leave you with my parting words as my dogs go after the cats again. They can't learn to get along. See, that's why we need books like that. It's because there's conflict in the world. Dogs do not get along with cats. It isn't happening. Anyway, my usual greeting to you. Amor fati. Amor fati. Okay, let's go back up on this one. Amor fati. Which means love your fate. Love your fate. It's your life. Love it. And on that note, I bid you goodbye until next time.